Hello, my name is Claudia Beckers. I'm an English teacher here at our vocational college, and I thought as I'm talking today about our bilingual classes, I might as well do a video in English so that you get an idea of what to expect if or maybe even when you come to my classes. So let's get started. Our bilingual classes, there's just one option. You can opt for either bilingual or non-bilingual. But if you opt for bilingual, then these are the two extra subjects that you will get. They are called ASA, which is the subject that deals with foreign trade, focusing on Asia, and the other one is called business studies. Let's have a look at ASA. Just a second. Okay, so in ASA, we are going to deal with mainly China, the People's Republic of China. China has become a huge global player in international trade, also in international politics, and I think you need to know about China if you want to start working in some economic sector, whatever that might be. The second country we're going to deal with, or we deal with in our class, is Japan, as we have the largest Japanese community in Europe in Düsseldorf, so that's quite interesting. There are a lot of Japanese enterprises in Düsseldorf, and this is a country which has such an interesting economic history that we have to deal with it. Some other countries that students tend to want to talk about are countries like India or North Korea, and we deal with that as well. We of course have a look at culture in these countries, which means that we talk about geography, politics, history, and also what is different there, like do's and don'ts, for example. But our huge focus is on economics, as we are a vocational college that deals with economics. So foreign trade is something we really talk about when we talk about China. We talk about what is foreign trade. We talk about what is so special about China and its development in the last decades. As well as that of Japan. And we also talk about global relationships, meaning what is the relationship, for example, between the United States of America and China, or between the European Union and China, what goes on. And we try to focus also on daily business, like what you can watch in the news, and we try to deal with that, and I try to explain it to you, or maybe you try to explain it to I try to explain it to you, or maybe you try to explain it to me. Who knows? So in ASA, most of the time we speak English. That is our language of communication. But the good thing is that in these bilingual classes, as both ASA and business studies, I don't really judge you on your English skills, which is nice, because I wouldn't say I don't care if you make any mistakes. Of course, I would try to improve your English, but still what interests me is content and not really your English grammar in this case. And that is quite nice, because you get a chance to really speak English without having to fear that I will hear every small mistake you might commit. With regard to skills, the one skill, on the one hand, I really focus on, I want you, after these 3 years, I want you to be able to understand global economy and politics, meaning what is behind what, to understand how everything interrelates globally, who are the global players, and what's on. The other focus is on presentation. Presentation skills are quite important nowadays. It doesn't really matter where you work, you will need them. Also in your private life maybe, who knows. And I would like to have a look at different presentation tools, not only PowerPoint, but also maybe Prezi, with which I'm recording this video right now, or other tools that you might not even have heard of. For example, Visme or Padlet or Keynote also. Yes. So business studies, the other subject, is subdivided into the 3 grades. So grade 11 will be dealing with European business studies, grade 12 with business studies, and grade 13 with global business studies. That means that in grade 11 we deal with the European Union. which we are a member of, which we are part of. We'll have a look at who are the members, what's its political structure, what's so special about it, why is it so important, what about its roots, where does it come from, where did it develop from. Also, we'll talk about political partnerships and relations, but as we are focusing on economics always with everything that we do, we also will have a look at trade agreements, trade relations, the Brexit also, of course, which still will keep us busy for some more time. In grade 12, we will deal with business studies, which means from your business studies class, in German that would be BWL, we will choose some of the topics that seem interesting and deal with them in English. So that on the one hand, you maybe get some more information with regard to content, with regard to what is marketing about, how can I motivate my employees? That's called employee engagement. What about do's and don'ts in the different countries? What about, for example, possibilities of green economy in order to protect the environment, and so on and so on. And as we will do that in English, my focus is also, of course, this year that you learn a lot of new words maybe. And in role plays, in dialogue exercises, that you train your English skills in the world of business. And then finally, in grade 13, we will deal with global trends. There are some topics, the topics you see here, topics I would like to deal with, but there are other things that might pop up. We don't know what happens, and I always try to stay open for what really goes on in the world and to keep track on that. And maybe you do have some ideas you would like to, or some issues you would like to talk about and know more about. So you're always welcome to make any proposals. But topics I would like to deal with are, for example, population growth. Where are we heading? What are the consequences? What can we do in order to provide, for example, food for so many people without destroying our environment completely? We talk about global trends, which means globalization in trade above all, but also maybe in culture. We deal with poverty. What is poverty? How can we measure poverty? We deal with emerging economies. What are they? What's so special about them? What about their development? Where are they heading? One issue is outsourcing. That is a consequence of globalization. And we will also have a focus on the United States of America as we talk about China in ASA and also the European Union in this class in grade 11. I think we also have to talk about the USA as a global player, as both in politics and in economy. So I hope you liked my short video. I hope you're interested in having some additional classes in English. I'm really looking forward to meeting some of you in person. Who knows?